I don't like the double jungle ban because banning one jungler makes it so you're trading S tier jungler for S tier mid laner, and then blue side gets their pick, but you should also leave something else up, right? Like if you have Skarner and they have Sejuani, it's like, oh, we have a power farmer, and they don't. Or if they get Swain and you get Skarner, then you're like, well, that's great. Or what if you even just went, let's go, we'll ban Skarner and Thresh. You either take Olaf or Swain, and then we take the other one. And I actually think that's probably better because Olaf can like actually go after Swain and like negate his CC. So like that's probably a better trade. And then Olaf into Zac and Sejuani is fine. Actually, quite good. So yeah, I'd force the trade of junglers instead of banning out these two junglers, which just seems so weird. But Clutch Gaming, take. I don't understand the Skarner and Olaf ban. Because you force one or the other. I think you ban Thresh. And then if you want to, like, I think you ban Thresh Swain if you want to be safe, and then you just trade junglers. They'll take Skarner, we'll take Olaf. Boom, you're back to where you were before. But they don't have the Thresh Skarner combo. Boom, it's a different game. You get to play a different game. And you get to trade. So it's like, I don't know. And so now you're in a situation where because they took this and this, because they wanted their pick of jungle, because they banned junglers, they're taking the Morgana to counter the Thresh that they didn't ban. Because they think that Hakuho maybe would take, like, that's the other thing is like if they ban Thresh, they think Hakuho is just going to go Morgana. But it's clear he doesn't go Morgana when it's up here because he just takes the Thresh. So now you can't take the Anivia counter pick to the Swain because your Morgana would get banned if you do. And you want to play Morgana into this, and they would ban Morgana, Tom Kench, and you'd be playing Braum into Thresh again. That's what I think would happen if you pick Anivia here. Now I think they ban Anivia away, and they try to get rid of some Swain counters, but even then, it's not guaranteed to work. Like, this is a good combo though. You can set up the Dark Binding into the traps and stuff. Like at first glance, you'd be like, man, this guy builds tank. You'd be like, the mid laner's a tank. This guy's a tank. This is like a tanky AP bruiser. He's a tap. Tanky. He's a tap B. He's a tanky AP bruiser. This guy is like semi tank. This Jhin is actually like pretty low damage compared to like other persistent attack damage AD carries. And this is a tank. It's not like a hyper carry, right? Like this ain't a Kog'Maw that you're protecting with all these tanks, or like frontlining for. But it actually has a lot of damage. Jhin is pretty damn good, and then the damage that Swain does is very, very high as well. Oops. But yeah, the Syndra pick I think is just them saying, well, we gotta win this game. Comfort. I think Haunter should have played Gnar instead of Camille. He played Gnar into Ornn in game 2. No, he played Ornn. Yeah, he played Ornn himself and had the Gnar into him. He played Gnar last game into Sion, and it was not pretty. So I honestly think like this is Bjergsen saying like, so far he's playing the best on the team. Just give him his comfort pick or whatever he wants, and then this 2-on-2 is okay in the top side. I think that's fine. This 2-on-2 should be weaker, but like Camille scales. Camille takes time to scale. I think they should have something else. I don't know. Good. See, when I was talking about the Morgana matchup with Thresh, I talked about the Tom Kench one, and I was like, the Tom Kench matchup, the burden of execution is on the Thresh. It's a counter pick, but the Thresh can still outplay the Tom Kench, right? In the Morgana matchup, Morgana has the burden of execution. If Morgana is playing well, then she's the one who, if she's playing well, that's what matters. The Thresh doesn't have to play particularly well. It's the Morgana that does. So they've given themselves a better matchup here for if Mithy plays well, then he can outplay Hakuho. So right there, just having the reactive Black Shield is like a good first step. Sven like backs up a lot. Like right here, he's not expecting the binding to land, I guess, and he's already clicked backwards. So yeah, he's going back here because he doesn't want to eat this, and I think he's like he just gets out positioned in that second. He doesn't want to eat that shot, so he like backs up and then boop, throws down the trap, backs up again instead of autoing. Yeah, he cancels an auto there. Sven should walk up and attack, trap, attack, headshot, Q. Yeah. Cancels an auto. Backs up, headshots, Qs. Gets his auto interrupted by Hakuho's Flay. Right here. Yep. So he actually has 2 autos cancel. He doesn't walk up, and then he gets 2 autos canceled. One from himself, one from Hakuho. It's so weird. Mike Young is like defending his top side really heavily. When they have like a ward here to protect Hanser if he's gonna get ganked, he's even on like this side of the map. I think Mike Young should have gone down here. Like they've been underneath their turret. They haven't been able to ward this area, so you're not spotted and you have a control ward in there. Also, I'm pretty sure they see Lyra here, right? So like that's later though. But you hand it off the blue. Infernal Drake is up. This is the side of the map that you want to win, and you want to have that snowball into an Infernal. So I think like going for your red buff is just greedy, and you should be bottom because like Jin, you should be bottom or even mid, right? Like I actually think you go here or here. You win one of these lanes as Sejuani. They both have control wards down for you. You have ultimate. There's no flash here. There's no flash here. I think he just needs to gank one of the flashless lanes right now through the control wards that they have down. I can get that he doesn't want to gank the Swain, potentially, but look at this bottom lane. Look at this bottom lane play fucking way up. They just lost all their control wards because Mike Young went to the top side of the fucking jungle. He gets spotted on this ward here. He kills the zombie ward. So they know exactly where he is, right? They know exactly where Mike is. His jungle is warded from before. The zombie ward is like really annoying, right? And the fact that he has Ingenious Hunter zombie ward and like he doesn't is going to be a big deal here because Lyra gets to track him. Lyra gets to see him in that topside jungle because of it. Lyra then gets to go make this play bottom, which gets Sven's flash, which then makes it so that he has to play like pretty defensively. And then you're going to watch him get shoved in under his turret. They lose their vision control here. They lose their vision control here because Lyra's in this bottom side jungle, and that's where you want to be right now because there's an Infernal Drake up. So I actually think just Mike is playing to the wrong side. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck about your red buff. I think your red buff is a trap. You don't want to be on that side of the map. Your red buff's a trap. Hanser will push in and ward for you. Like we can see this area. If you think he's gonna come in and steal your red buff, then okay. But I think it's a trap to go do it. You shouldn't be fighting this. They should have backed up. So yeah, TSM, because they have Hanser coming down, they decide to fight. the way you tell if Zach has passive is this right here. This thing. If he has little wings on his portrait, like see nobody else has wings here. It's a halo with angel wings, and it means he has a rebirth effect. So this will be when like Zillion ulties on somebody, or anything like that. So Mithy thinks he is gonna hit level 6. I don't think Mithy thinks that he's level 6 right now and he just forgot. I think what happens is Mithy thinks Lyra dies, that gets him level 6, and then he flashes to do it. Because Lyra dies, then he flashes. But he don't get experience because Lyra's rebirthing. So the Zac passive fucks Mithy. Because Mithy thinks he's going to hit 6 off of the kill, get the experience, and then he's going to have ulti. I don't think Mithy thinks he's 6 before that. I think he thinks he's going to hit 6 when Zac dies. That's what it is. Yeah. I don't think Mithy was like, oh, I don't think I thought I was level 6. I think he thought he was going to hit level 6 and make like a good play as soon as he hit 6 off of the kill. Yeah, I think the play is bad anyway, like because of what happens after. Because of Warren, right? Because like Swain's gonna ulti here. And then what you can do is you can maybe kill the Swain before he can like pop his ulti because he has to absorb a certain amount of HP. If the Zac is dead. If Zac is dead, then you're good, right? If Zac is dead, you're good. But the Ornn ulti comes through, and then everybody just becomes a big little TSM baby, and they all run out. And they all get knocked here. That kills Mike Young. Now Jin W hits Sven, then he just pops through. Boom, boom. God. Apollo just wrecks them on the back half of the fight. Like, Jin's effective range to get to these skirmishes is crazy. Like, this is literally... This is a 1v5 on this screen. On the screen, this is a 1v5. Right? Like, Zac isn't doing anything because he's in Cell Division. But this is a 1v5 when you're looking at who's effectively on this screen. But the Ornn ultimate and then the Jin from the bottom side and TSM don't want to push in here and go after the Bloblets or go after the Swain or anything. And instead, they like put themselves in this situation where the Ornn crossing mid gets to hit them. Mike Young flashes. He gets hit by the slow, then he flashes, and he just dies anyway. Hanser is right here. He flashes. Sven doesn't have flash from earlier. He should have flash, but I don't know why he didn't get black shielded bottom lane or why Mike Young wasn't there. So it's kind of not having that flash hurts Sven because then Sven gets caught by the Jin W here. Ornn is now on your mid laner, and they just deal no damage to Fevin. If Fevin just blows them up, and then Lyra comes back up. So this actually should have just been: you kill Hakuho, you get out, you get out, get out, get out, out. You back up. You go towards this Infernal Drake if you want it, but you still have to worry about Ornn ultimate. This is a bad play. Him not having flash is bad from earlier. Mike Young flashing here is bad. Hanser coming in is the wrong call for the whole team, but like it's just all over the place. Fevin actually plays this pretty well. You can't pull off a blast cone as Swain unless it's you hitting the blast cone. So like if Bjergsen hits it, I don't think he can be pulled by Swain. So his ass needs to hit it now, way earlier than that. I think he was just trying to blast him away. Fevin flashes after him. Flashes the slow. He's got to like auto it before that. Oof, but Fevin just still makes it over, and so like that's the GG right there. God. Yeah, Fevin just like a lot of people you expect him to like juke here, but Fevin just like Fevin does this thing that's so bronze, it's challenger, and it's great. I love it. Because like you expect people to like walk here, you start your auto, and then they're just gonna like juke into the bush, let the blast cone explode, and then they're gonna come back, right? But Fevin's just like he stares at you while he look, fucking hit that blast cone. And now Haunter's just destroyed now. Like, by the way, this is the Greed City Camille build. This is Greed Areno. So you buy the Tiamat first if you like want to shove in and have wave clear. And you have to use that for priority to go like mid and maybe use your first ulti there or something. And like go to another lane. The Sheen next is like really disrespectful and you just want to like blast the other guy. A lot of people will go with these two slots. They go for if you want priority, you go Tiamat. But if you don't, you go for the Sheen and the Phage. So you're a little tankier. You can run around a little faster during the trades and like choose to get out and stuff. It also doesn't delay your Trinity Force because buying Tiamat delays your Trinity Force, which is a big power spike for Camille. Like she actually doesn't feel like a champion until she has Trinity Force and Tiamat, or at least the like Ravenous Hydra or the Titanic Hydra. So delaying your Trinity Force I don't really like in particular, but he wanted it for priority. He had priority, and they didn't use it well. So the Infernal Drake went over to a fucking Jhin that's now fed. You're losing the top side of the map now. God, this 1v1. Is Haunter even... So yeah, what happens here? Let's go back a little bit. Haunter backs. He gets his Sheen. Boom. Goes to top side. Solo just kind of refills his potions or something. They get the Infernal. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, TSM say they're going to give up Infernal, shove mid, go into topside jungle, and go for a dive. And you can see Sven and Mithy. They just back because they're like, that's the safest thing to do. Don't back up or like don't push. Just back to base. Because we could be 4-man dove, right? And normally, when the top laner, when you're making a play on the bottom side of the map, your top lane is vulnerable. That's usually the rule. TSM see that. They're like, okay, the rule's in force. The rule's in play. Let's go. They ward up the jungle. It looks like they have no vision in this area. Oh, wait. No, they clear the vision. Okay. So, yeah. They cleared vision on the top side. TSM go around. Really good control ward there. And it's funny because Haunter apparently like takes a bad trade even before all this. Like, look at his HP. Looks like he did get the knock up there. I think he hits the wall. Unless that's like the end of Bellows. No, that's the charge. So yeah, he charges, hits the wall. It looks like it knocks up Haunter, deals a buttload of damage. And then he just ulties. And this is really, really good from Solo because he's just like, Haunter took a stupid trade against him. His team isn't in position yet. And he's not letting the minion wave get to the turret so that he's easier to dive. So he's not playing like a little bitch. Instead, Solo says, I can actually win this. This guy is like, this guy is doing dumb stuff. And he pushes up, and his team is going to get there. Like, Febivin and Hakuo are roaming up. And, like, Lyra's going to be there sooner, and Apollo's going to be there sooner. And, like, they tried to go for a play on Solo, who's playing this, like, beefy tank, and he's actually winning the one-on-one now. And he just destroys Haunter. And then the team gets there first. Like, They were looking for a dive, but it's not a dive that you pretty much get to do on a tank like that, especially when you're losing the one-on-one. You just need to scale. You just need to scale as Camille. Like even ultis to try and avoid, and he does, but it's like it doesn't matter. God, he just gets he gets he gets destroyed. Fevin throws an E and a Q. The Q doesn't reach, but the E does. And then Hakuho, I think, lands a hook. Is that what that is? Yeah, Hakuho throws a hook, throws a lantern after taking the hook, pulls him in, throws down ulti, and then yeah, he's just dead. Oh god. Yeah, the Jin W into the Swain passive into the Thresh hook, like you're just getting jerked around. Is ridiculous. He's gonna continue to push bottom. Then over here, Ornn's just gonna open up. Jin opens up, Ornn opens up. And they're just gonna force down a fight with their advantage. Lyra's gonna jump in. Where'd that root come from? Oh yeah, it's a Fevin E. Swain E is like pretty hard to see. And even then it's like range is really deceptive. Whew. So Fevin hits him with E. Pulls him into like the path of the Ornn ultimate. Mithy actually black shields there too. Right there. But it's already gone. So he gets knocked up after. So it's like they just get what kills it? It's Swain Q. So yeah, Swain Q kills it. He no longer has black shield. He flashes, still gets knocked up. Gets flayed back. Fevin has aggro. Also, a great thing about Swain is because you build HP, you get to tank a bunch of shit. Like, Swain is actually very, very tanky. His ultimate gives him HP. You buy Catalyst into Rod of Ages or Abyssal Mask. You buy Zonias later, so like you're very, very tanky. And so like it's a mid laner that can actually start fights off by diving. So if you get mid priority, you can just go to your side lanes and dive tier 1 turrets, no problem. Lyra Lyra just gets... Ooh. I think Lyra actually gets dicked here. Because he's unstoppable, by the way. Unstoppable, by the way. Unstoppable, by the way. Cannot be disabled. Cannot be disabled. Unstoppable. Syndra Scat of the Week says differently. Yeah, it actually pops his ulti, I think. Because he like... Okay, he's rooted. Or is it... Did he get rooted before? What happened? Unsure. Because it could be like one of two things. It could be the Syndra pushes him, and it's just a weird bug thing. I don't think they'd take a remake anyway, because they're winning so hard. Or the Morgana Q binds him right before Morgana dies, right here. And you can see it says he's rooted before he goes unstoppable. So he's actually rooted right now. So then when he releases his R, and because Morgana binding lasts 5 days, he's still rooted afterwards, right? I think that's what it is. So I think it's like Morg root hit first. It doesn't remove CCs when you ulti. So I think he's still rooted because Morgana binding lasts 5 days. So when he charges the ulti for a second, unleashes it, he can't go anywhere because he's rooted. I think that's what it is. And then he's trapped. They TP to him. All right, so let's see what happens here. Get rid of this 4. 4. All right. Fevin misses the root. Blast Mithy. Mithy Black Shields. Throws a root. Unstoppable. Tries to jump away. Bjergsen ulties. Fevin is now in the middle of everybody. Because they were focusing down the little itty bitty Zac. So, like, this is actually really good from Febivin. Like, Bjergsen has no ulti. There's no Dark Binding. There's also no Black Shield. So, I think he throws a root. Yeah, he throws a root here. It's going to land onto Sven unless he flashes. Lands on Sven. He pulls Sven in. Sven gets hooked. He gets to blast him. and just, like, he just gets bopped. He just gets absolutely destroyed. Like, where's Mike Young's ulti here? So Mike Young doesn't want to, like, ulti here because he's rooted or something. I don't know. Oof. Wait, does Bjergsen scatter the weak? Is there CC just in a really awkward position? Hold on. Yeah. So, like, Mike Young doesn't want to ulti here because he's unstoppable. It looks like he doesn't want to ulti here either because I think he wants to combo ulti. So he wants to, like, get 4 stacks on him and then maybe ulti afterwards. But also, like, Bjergsen ultis Lyra before or after he gets the ultimate off. So, like, if Bjergsen is able to ulti before this, ball goes down here. All the balls are, like, in this area. And then he has, like, a pretty good scatter the weak towards Febivin. But the balls actually, like, travel with. And they all end up here. Instead of over here. So, like, Bjergsen has to, like, walk down here to even look for a scatter the weak this way. Because he threw down, he used his Q just a second ago, right? He uses his Q here. Q. Then he ultis, that picks up that ball and repositions it over here. So he no longer has a ball that could actually, like, threaten Febivin. It's like Febivin going ham is actually super good. And you can see, like, Bjergsen has to walk down here to scatter the weak to even hit anybody. So the fact that Lyra got the ulti off and the balls went with him actually just changed everything. Yeah. Yeah, and, like, right there. Because if you're able to stun Febivin, you get the 4 stack on him here. You stun him again, and then maybe Sven has a chance to flash away. God. It just looks like TSM are just not looking at skill shots. Like, it's so hard to see, though. Like, watch. If I'm Mike Young or Sven, I don't know when he throws the E, right? When does Febivin throw this E? I actually think he gets masked, at least from our perspective, on the Zac. The Zac, like, goes over him here. That's when he throws E. So it's actually, like, masked by all the particle noise. And then the E's already traveling through. And then it gets the other side of him. And then it's there. So yeah. Then he gets pulled. Fevin gets to go forward. And yeah, Bjergsen just doesn't have a good way to man, the Lyra ultimate got him out, repositioned Bjergsen's balls, and guarded kind of covered, masked the cast of Fevivin's E. I absolutely love how Sven runs into Swain. Like, what the fuck? I don't think he means to. He's standing here. He's backing up. He's staying behind Mike Young. This masks the cast of the Swain E. And then he walks forward, but then he, like, just gets blasted because he's getting pulled in, right? Like here, he walks a little bit forward because I think he's clicked on the Zac to finish him, and then the Swain is just right in his face. And Mike Young's like trying to absorb damage for him, but then he just gets eats the E, gets pulled here, gets pulled there. He needed to flash the initial E or sidestep it, but it's just so hard to see. I don't blame him. Solo gets the solo kill. He backs. He has TP. Lyra is why is Lyra low? Oh, because he jumped on Sven. Sven flashes. He tries to go unstoppable. He goes in, gets bopped a bunch, and then walks through the jungle. Yeah. Okay. They both TP to him. They both TP to him, and like he walks out while the TPs are like still going. It's like, hello. And so Lyra is fine, but she has to hit the champion to get the attack speed. So it would have been 80% bonus attack speed if she collided with him, and about like 300 damage, give or take the armor on top of it. So the fact he doesn't get the hook shot to hit is big because he doesn't get the 80% attack speed for 5 seconds. But I don't even know if he wins it then because he is just getting bonkeroonied. And then the redemption would have come through. And he has flash. He just doesn't want to flash. Yeah. Ugh. Smithy goes Ingenious Hunter plus Zombie Ward on Graves Jungle. Ooh. Yeah, 8.6 Graves is strong, so I'm not surprised. I think Ingenious Hunter plus Zombie Ward is the meta. It should be the meta. It's gonna go over, and yeah, I just think it's gonna be really ugh. I just think it's gonna bring Vision back to junglers because I thought it was good for Predator, but then and like Righteous Glory and stuff. But then when I found out it works for trinkets, I was like, this is broken. But it's not like doesn't look fancy or anything like that. Ingenious Hunter reduces the cooldown of your trinket, and then you just sit on yellow trinket the whole game, and then you outward the supports. That's how you do it. Like, like reducing the cooldown of your trinket by 40% is pretty big. Like he doesn't have the 40% right now, but he does have like 34%, so a third of it is gone. So that takes like what is it? 12, he's level 12. That's 122 seconds for the cooldown, and it's got a 99-second duration. But that's going to bring it down to about 80-ish seconds with a 99-second duration. So you could actually just use a warding totem to constantly ward the exact same spot over and over again, and you could never let vision fall if you wanted to. All right. I actually think that Bjergsen was the most consistent. Like, it was weird because I thought Mithy and Hans, and I thought Mithy played the poorest. I thought Haunter is like right below him, but then I thought that Sven looked worse because of the performance of Mithy, and then it looked like there were like trust issues and stuff. And then Mike Young, I think it's hard to like separate his performance and his decisions from his teams because I think he's on the wrong side of the map a lot of the times, and he should just really just push them in. So it was kind of like it's like Mithy, Haunter, Mike Young, Sven looks even worse. I don't think I think he mechanically misplayed sometimes, but not as much as the other people. And then I thought Bjergsen actually played all right. I thought Bjergsen was fine. I think like his biggest mistake was game 2, just not having the TP, and then game 3 he didn't save his Karma R for his E to speed everybody else out. Those are like the two biggest things. But I thought he was like fine on roams and stuff. But like the mechanical misplays were enormous. God, this I don't know what you're smoking. Clutch Gaming just like they don't like to do barons on 50/50s like ever. But that is just so fucking close. Why would you do this? Mike Young has flash. Look at when Lyra smites. Let's let's frame by frame this on the YouTubes. It's 1800. He smites at 1800. It goes down to 1000. Jin crits it for 770. Yeah, he throws his grenade and then he crits it after. But like, let's see. Whew. It's like it can't all hit at the same time. No, but here's the thing. If Jin hits the smite plus 4th shot combo, it goes to Mike Young. Right? Like you guys are saying he mistimed it, but because he mistimed it, he gets it. So Apollo is holding 4th shot. If you are comboing smite and 4th shot, they do it right here. If he 4th shots right here, they lose the Baron to Mike Young. It's not low enough. He 4th shots there for 770 damage. Mike Young comes over and gets the smite. If they combo it correctly, then they lose the Baron. So because they actually are in a weird spot, like Apollo saves them. It's like because he Qs and yeah, Mike doesn't get to smite. Yeah.